Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Faroe Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll run this play from the pistol. Hands it off. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so.
Breaks into the open. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
The Cornhuskers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. It's a seam wide open. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
And the Huskers have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to pass their way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Touchdown, Husker! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Smith. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Byrne. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Cornhuskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And the Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it then.
And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2.
aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Working the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the...
There he goes! Touchdown, Missouri! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's not going to take the touchback. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Back to throw, it's Byrne. With the catch, it's James. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's James. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Gonna run it. It's Isaac. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's James. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Huskers in the hurry up. Now the play fake. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. End off from the shotgun. At the 40, there he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Got it in the middle. It's Terry. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
He leaves it with his back. Turning it on. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Might be calling a hot route. To the ground. He's got it again. They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes. This is a gamble. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He will score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
He'll bring it out. It's Cooks. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And the Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. To the air. It's Byrne. Unloads it left. It's caught. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. At the 20, he's got space. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Reads it, fires complete. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Cook. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
The snap sets up to throw. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Trying to impose their will with the run. Worked his way out across the 35. Got it up to the 37-yard line, but still a little bit short of the line to gain. It'll be fourth down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
And I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Hoping to move the chains, Missouri comes to the line on fourth. Quarterback making checks. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Converts on fourth down. Still going. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The definition of four down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Wants to throw it. He'll take the deep shot. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Can't make the play on the interception, and, man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Takes it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
They believe they can run right here. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Trying play action. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
He'll field the punt and take it back. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Hauls it in. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
The offense changing the play. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. The short hands, it's Smith. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down.
They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for it.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Byrne. The screen, he's got wheels. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the tight end. Crosses to 35. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
To the air on 1st down. A strike downfield. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live for the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Byrne. Finds his tight end. He's out past the 35. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. The Huskers want to pick up the tempo. They'll leave it with him. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The play action fake. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Finds a little space. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. A shot toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads it downfield. He's got it. Touchdown, Huskers. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
On these critical 4th downs, as a quarterback, you've got to find your best matchup, and they didn't just get the first down. He had his guy one-on-one. He took a shot, and it pays off for a huge score.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Army is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up off the canvas before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by 11 to Florida Atlantic. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He'll try to take it back. The 20. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. The give and tick, 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 tick. Got room on the return. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll give it to him again. Picks up the first down, still moving. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Makes the catch. It's Bray. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th-quarter play for this defense. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Power football with the run. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He'll take a shot. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I can't believe it. He had a chance to just end the game right there. If the defender makes the catch in the end zone, up a possession, this is ball game. But because he put it on the ground, this offense still has life.
Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Trying to take it back. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man on the right. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. Looking downfield on first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Nebraska.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the 4th. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Firing to the right, complete. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. It's on target and complete. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air, it's Byrne. Throws to the tight end. Working on the right. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able